Hi everybody, Joe Fiduccia here again, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the snipping tool in Windows 7. Now the snipping tool is a feature that allows you to capture any element of a screen very quickly. You may want to capture it to place that element into another document. You may want to capture something to place it into an email. Whatever the case, the snipping tool is going to be a very simple way to capture pictures, text, and any other part of a window with ease. Now as you can see here, I've opened up the Microsoft website, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down this page a little bit to get to the area that I'm looking to capture. Okay, perfect. Now what I'm looking to do is capture this top area here, and I'd like to place that top area into a presentation that I'm building about Microsoft Office products. So in order to capture it, you can open up the snipping tool. Now to access the snipping tool, you can first check your start menu on the bottom left corner of the screen. In the Start menu, you may already see or have the snipping tool readily available for you. Now, as you can see, I've pinned it to my Start menu, so it's going to stay there permanently. But just in case you don't see it, what you can do is also search for it by clicking down there in the search bar of the Start menu and simply typing the word snip. As soon as you begin typing, Windows will automatically begin searching. And one of the first things you'll see is something called the snipping tool. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on the snipping tool just once, and what that'll do in a moment is gray out my screen. In order to capture what I'd like to see, I simply click and drag around the area I'm looking to capture. And as soon as I am done, I let go of the mouse, and immediately that area is now captured. Once the area you wanted has been captured, now all we have to do is place it into our desired destination. What I'd like to do is put this into a PowerPoint presentation. So what I do now is I go back down to my Start menu on the bottom left and open up PowerPoint. Once PowerPoint has been launched, I can now just right-click on any desired slide and paste what I just captured with the snipping tool. As you can see, it's a basic picture object, so I can resize it and position it wherever I want it to see it on the slide, and then continue building my presentation from that point forward. Let's go ahead and do another example. What I'm going to do here is just minimize PowerPoint, and I'm also going to minimize my snipping tool here, and then start again by positioning my window to a new location. Now I can go anywhere on my computer. It doesn't have to be an internet site. It could be another application, could be something proprietary that I'm looking at if I want to share part of that screen with somebody. Today we're sticking with the internet window, and I've just scrolled down that page a bit. And now what I'd like to do is capture these little logos here on the left-hand side for the other Microsoft sites. Similar to what I did before, I'm going to go back to my snipping tool, which is still currently open down there at the bottom. Looks like a pair of scissors down there. Once I click on the snipping tool, I'm then going to click this New button on the top left. When I click New, it will repeat what it did before, where it grays out my screen, and it's now waiting for me to do what I did before, which is another click and drag with the left mouse button around the area I wanted to capture. Now let's focus just on the snipping tool window for a few moments here. As you can see in the snipping tool application, there are several options up here along the top that we can take advantage of. For example, one of the features we can use is an annotation pen. This allows you to make some markings on the object before placing it into your destination. What I'd like to do, for instance, is activate this red pen here because I want to call attention to one of the areas, and I'll do that by clicking and dragging around the area I want them to see. If I want to highlight an area, I can use the highlighter here to the right-hand side of that pen tool. I click on the highlighter and then come back down, and much like a highlighter in real life, you can click and drag and highlight certain areas that you may want to call their attention to as well. If we don't want any annotation, or if we highlighted the wrong area, we finally have our eraser here to the right. This eraser, after we activate it, can be used to simply erase your annotations by clicking just once on the annotation you no longer want. So I'm going to click on this highlight here. I no longer want that. And for today's demonstration, I'll also click on this red line anywhere I'd like. And once I do, that red line will also disappear. Now, one of my favorite parts about the snipping tool is the ability to send it via email using this little envelope button across the top of the toolbar. What I want to do, for example, is I want to first call attention to an area. So I'm going to again activate my pen and click and drag around the area I want to call attention to. But instead of placing this into my PowerPoint, I want to email this to somebody else. In order to do that, I don't have to manually go to the application, open up a new email, and manually paste it. Instead, I can now immediately use this envelope button that says Send Snip and click on it just once. Upon doing so, as you can see, Outlook automatically opened up a new email window, which all I have to do is adjust the snip to the right size. I can add a subject and the recipients and be good to go. Let's go ahead and use the snipping tool from start to finish just one more time. First, remember to find the screen you're looking to capture a section of. I've positioned my window towards the top of the page here, and I'd like to capture this top area of the website. So now that I'm ready to go, I access the snipping tool from the Start menu by again typing the word snip. Once you type that keyword, the first thing we'll see is the word snipping tool, to which we then click on, and that will gray out our screen. When the screen is grayed out, we click and drag around the area we wanted to capture, and it is then immediately captured. If we choose to, we can annotate. We can use the pen or the highlighter. I'd like to use the highlighter and call attention to these products here. And once that area has been highlighted, there's nothing else I have to do. I can choose to email it if I'd like, but in this case I'd like to put it into my PowerPoint presentation. So once again, I'm going to go back to PowerPoint and simply do a right click and paste. And there we go. The area that I captured is now pasted and ready to be positioned on the desired slide. A few final bits of advice about using the snipping tool. Number one, you may want to have quicker access to it from the Start menu. As you remember from when we first began this demonstration, I already see the snipping tool in my Start menu. Now what you can do is when you search for it, if you don't see it in your Start menu immediately, performing this search will always bring it up. And before you start using it, you can actually right-click on the snipping tool option and pin it. Now you can pin it to the taskbar, which is that bar along the bottom right next to the Start menu. In my screen, it contains Outlook and PowerPoint and a few other applications. Or you can pin it to the Start menu, and that's what you saw on my screen. It was pinned to the menu, so immediately I see it without having to search for it. Here what I'll do is I'll click Pin to Start menu. And now, next time I need to access it, I click on the Start menu and I will automatically see it in my pinned application section of the menu. Now, of course, there are a couple other things we could know about the snipping tool, but my main goal in doing this short demonstration is to, again, simply introduce the topic to you, give you an idea that this is an available feature of Windows 7 in case you haven't discovered it yet, and it's a very valuable tool for capturing any element of a screen very, very quickly. Use it for sharing, or use it to simply get an image and place that image into a Word document, a presentation, or an email. We hope you enjoyed the tutorial today, and I'll look forward to seeing you again real soon. Thank you very much.